Hello, 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 everyone. Thanks for staying. PyCon 2024. They say lightning does not strike the same place twice. We're going to see it strike the stage 10 times tonight. So we have some lightning talks coming up, starting up with Meixin Wang, talking about data validation in Python. Now here we're going to have 5-minute talks. If the speaker ends a little bit early, we have time for some questions and answers. But let's see if they do. Otherwise, we'll just go on to the next speaker. Please warmly welcome them with applause. And give them a warm round of applause when they finish. I believe we're ready. Take it away, Meixin.
Okay. So, hello, PyCon. Hello, everyone. I'm Meixin from Bloomberg Data Team, and I'm so delighted to be here to talk about the data validation in Python. So let's start with this typical data workflow where we have the data producer handles the ingestion of data from different upstream sources and the transformation of raw data into meaningful information that can later on be consumed or used by the data consumer for analytics, visualizations, machine learning, etc. And as the complexity of the data pipelines grows constantly, if something goes wrong in the data pipeline, it really takes so much effort for us to troubleshoot or find the root cause. So to be able to quickly spot the problem and remediate, as well as to make sure we have great quality of our data for downstream consuming. So apart from test on our code, test on data or test on data pipeline is also needed. And such a data validation mechanism should be inserted everywhere in our data lifecycle. So Python is for sure one of the commonly used languages for different data pipelines, and there are a variety of powerful frameworks for data asserting that can bring more observability into our data flows. So we have open source libraries such as Pandora, Solar, Great Expectations, and they all share similar elements or in their frameworks. So when Bloomberg Data, we really relies on Python in our daily work, and when we consider integrating data validation framework into our Python tech stack, we really want a framework that has an easy onboarding path for us, and also can meet our data needs. So built on top of the Great Expectations, our internal data quality engineers, they had they built an internal data quality control platform which supports the core expectations provided by the Great Expectations library. So today we will just use Great Expectation as the example, and then let's take a closer look at how its framework works. So similar to other frameworks, Great Expectations is also an end-to-end data validation solution. So it supports a wide range of data sources. And to simplify, here we just connect to the data source and add a data asset, and then bring this simple data table in with pandas. So after we prepare for our data, we can then define the expectation suite, which is a collection of rules or requirements on our data. So for an example of what an expectation looks like, we will go through 2 simple examples provided by Great Expectations. So the first rule here is a basic table level rule, and this expectation confirms a table to has a number of rows to be between 2 values. And the available arguments here are minimum value and maximum value. So we may also set the severity of the expectation as we want by ourselves. And the next case here is a conditional column level rule. So it is actually a thresholding rule that can be applied to a single column. So all the entries under a particular column should be in the range of a maximum and minimum value. And note that actually in the second case, we also have some more features. So the argument mostly here, it actually to some extent relaxes the constraint. So if more than mostly times 100% of the rows, oh my God. So sorry, I still, yeah. They all pass, then the expectation will not fail. And also we have the additional our argument here called row condition, where we can that allows us to evaluate only on the rows that where we have column species equals to repeat. So once we complete the expectation suit, it's time to conduct the validations and then check the results. So, oh my God, what happened? Oh, so, can I continue? 30 seconds, oh my God. Okay, let's quickly, this is the example of validation result. And then next slide is, I want to showcase some of the work that Bloomberg did on this. So basically to make the validation task more performant, we support the validation on nested data, which is a data pattern that we internally follow extensively, and also we enable the configurations to use PyArrow backed types to accelerate the validations, and we will for sure keep working on it and then integrate, have deepening integration with our tech stack. Oh, this is. Please check the takeaways. I mean, if you are interested, please take a closer look at all the data validation libraries, and then join the corresponding committee and contribute your own expertise. Thank you so much. I didn't expect.
It's all good. Thanks, Meixin. All right, async all the way. FastAPI in the ASCGI era. ASGI. Oh my gosh. Taemin Ha.
Okay, yes.
Can see.
Okay, 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So here you go. The session shows.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good to go.
Okay, hi. This is Taemin from Bloomberg Engineering. I will try to go really fast, so please bear with me. So what are WSGI and ASGI? So WSGI, this is a concept that has been around since 2003. It's basically a contract or a promise between a web server and web applications. So let's look at how our HTTP request hits our Python backends. If you enter a HTTP request to our web server like Nginx or Apache, it will get routed to our WSGI servers like Unicorn, then onto our Python runtime like Django or Flask. Now, ASGIs are trying to replace something in the middle, WSGIs, into ASGIs by adding some async flavors to it. Now, let's have a look at this fun drawings from FastAPI official documentations. Let's imagine ourselves in a burger shop called Concurrent Burgers. You're at a burger shop with your date. You're waiting for your turn. And now that it's your turn, you order 2 burgers. Now the cashier tells the guy in the back to cook 2 burgers for you and gives you a number to be called when the burger is ready for pickup. Now you wait for your burger, wait for your number to be called, and when your number is called, you pick up your burger and have fun. Now let's look at this parallel burger shop, which is an analogy for WSGI. You arrive at a burger shop, you see 5 different cashiers at the counter. You go to the available one, you order 2 burgers. But now here, cashier goes to the back, cooks 2 burgers for you while you wait at the counter, and comes back with 2 delicious burgers, and now you can have fun. For a more real-life example of this, you can imagine yourselves in a retail bank counter where you have to wait for the banker to take care of your inquiries. Now, which one is better? Is concurrency always better than parallelism? Concurrency is different than parallelism. It is generally a lot better for web application development that involves a lot of waiting, such as database queries, AI agents, machine learning operations, or nowadays chat completion task that takes a lot of waitings. If your task is CPU-bound task that requires parallel processing, maybe parallelism works better because you don't have to worry about synchronizations as you do with async tasks. Now I'm going to show a little demo. I hope it works. This is a simple FastAPI app. I'm going to run it with UVcorn using one thread. The script I'm going to run is this one. I'm going to request localhost thresh burgers 10 times. Boom. Now you can process 10 different requests at the same time simultaneously, concurrently. But now if you run it with a Flask app, that basically does the same thing. And with GUnicorn, which is a WSGI framework, if you request it 10 times, you will only be able to process one request at a time. So it takes 10 seconds to finish, even if your server is just waiting for your async IO test to finish. There's a way to go around this by increasing the number of threads to 5, let's say. If you order 10 burgers, you will process 5 burgers every second. But still, it's not the best use of your CPU time or resources, because your thread is just waiting for your job to be finished. So key takeaways, ASGI and WSGI are interface protocol between web server and your Python backends. Concurrency is best achieved using ASGI frameworks like UVcorn with FastAPI. Use WSGI with parallelism if your program doesn't require long waits. And use ASGI when you must process multiple requests simultaneously without being blocked by slow operations. Thank you.
Good job.
Just 5 minutes, right?
I know, staying under the clock, it's pretty hard. All right. Now we have, sorry, I need to take my glasses off. Xiao Ying, creative problem solving with graphs.
Let me see. This is tension, right? On the right. Okay.
Okay, 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, you're good to go.
Left or right, maybe.
Left side?
Here.
Okay.
You can stop now.
Okay. Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah.
Wait. Okay, go.
Okay, so hi everyone, I'm Xiao Ying. I'm from the Bloomberg Data Management Department, similar to my colleagues here. But then today I'm sharing very different angles from them. So as you can see from the titles, I'm talking about a very new kind of like interchain kind of data type that is called graph. Right. So let's start by thinking about a real world problem. So no matter how different organizations have various take on work from home arrangement, we all know the importance of desk assignment that might impact our quality of work. So some people might prefer a quiet surroundings, some might want to have proximity with the teams and want to socialize and connect. And the behavior of everyone have at their desk might impact their neighbors as well. So imagine the person on your left and your right are on calls together. You might want to purchase a noise cancelling earphone. So usually in such circumstances, people are working off some name list, some metadata about the persons, and just trying to sort them into the sitting plans. Many things and relationships are not explicitly measured or manifest here. So however, if we model this problem with graph type, we might help to uncover insights systematically. So graphs are basically networks that consist of nodes, or say entities, and connected by the edges, which describe the relationship between entities. And people can be the entities here. Once we decide what we want to measure or achieve, for example, to identify influential individuals to ensure efficient information flow among the roles and clusters, or to study committees to ensure inclusivity, we then can put up a structured table with roles of one person as the source or the other as a target and define the relationship between the two impedance. Right. Subsequently, we can analyze with network package to see the bridges, communities, and various centrality measures to evaluate what could be the best sitting plan. So this is the usual social network analysis use case of graph. But if we imagine the entities to be different data sets and relationship to be the interaction between two links, then we could leverage PageRank algorithm to measure the relative importance amongst those contents. So just to stretch this slightly further, imagine a complex question like this. Which Chinese home builder corporates are most sensitive to rising lumber price following below average rainfall in British Columbia in 2022? And you can see that when we are mentioning about these questions, there are multiple facets of the data sets that are being mentioned. So this necessitates distilling information across various data sets to synthesize answers. And with semantic modeling, we could add a layer to connect the data sets together. And these semantic modeling are usually represented by knowledge graph. Many organizations have been developing their own knowledge graph with their own proprietary subject matter experts. And there are also other openly available knowledge graph provided by organizations in various domains. So for example, Google have announced in 2012 that their knowledge graph allows search for things, not strings. Many other organizations such as Amazon, LinkedIn, and IBM are also developing and using semantic data models as well as Bloomberg as well. So other openly available knowledge graph you can imagine including DBpedia, Wikidata, GeoNames, as well as WordNet associations. So to conclude, I know I didn't mention any specific solutions to any problems out there, but by putting the spectrum of graph usage from simple network analysis to complex knowledge management and discovery out there, I think the important thing here, especially for those that are interested in working in the data modeling field, is really to explore and experiment how to model the different contexts with your issues and think out the box to use graph to creatively solve for your problems. And there's never a right or wrong way. Thank you. And
Next, we have PyCon's own Judy Wong.
呢度 You got 5 minutes. Hey, something come out. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh. Okay. At least. Okay, things are coming out. This is Judy. So finally, 係使用廣東話講嘅。喂，仲未 at 我 LinkedIn 嘅可以 at 我啦。咁今日我 represent lecture mind 嚟講㗎啦。咁啲字就自己第日睇啦。不過放心啦，我得5個 slide， 咁所以一定唔會超時。咁anyway 啦，咁 this is about me. So you might know 之前咧咪有個咁樣嘅 event 嘅。咁其實我自己就搞啲比較 interactive 嘅嘢啦。咁例如呢啲 games 啦 ，interactive games 啦，咁時間關係啦，幾個 run 一齊玩啦，即係嗰啲咩心形啊、星形啊、碗形啊，佢咁樣喐下喐下，跟住你又跟住做啊，嗰啲咁嘅嘢，熊貓跟住做，嗱呢啲全部都係 demo 嚟，好明顯。咁佢點樣做咧？係好簡單嘅啫。有一部 anyway 咧就係話呢啲係點樣做出嚟嘅？其實咧我就係用 Mediapipe 做嗰個 keyboard input， 咁就搞掂㗎啦。所以其實呢個 game 你點樣寫 up to 你呢個上面嗰個係 UE 寫嘅，即係 Unreal Engine 寫嘅。咁 Unreal Engine 寫嘅，跟住之後佢個 input 點嚟咧？咪左手1，佢有2，跟住你用 Mediapipe 嚟 encode 翻話呢個既然呢個動作係1、2、3，咁就做翻啲 keyboard input 咁嘅情況啦。咁所以有下一個 slide 就係個 Panda 嗰個有少少唔同啦，你要decode翻嗰個佢嗰個 perspective 嗰個 movement 位，跟住再 overall。但係 anyway 啦，其實今日介紹俾大家嘅就係想講話，喂，其實呢啲嘢點做嘅咧？我就用 Mediapipe 做嘅。下一個 slide 咧，下一個 slide 係 next。係啦，即係本來咧就由 keyboard mouse 去 games 變咗去 Mediapipe 嘅 movement 去 games。今日想講咧就係呢樣嘢嘅啫，就係咁簡單嘅啦。跟住所以咧。就可以望一望啲曲嘅，如果仲有時間嘅時候，係咪仲有幾多分鐘啊？仲有咁多時間？ OK， 因為頭先我講咪預咗5分鐘，唔係講好耐嘅啫嘛。嗱，其實 Mediapipe 係咩咧？大家就係講上緊呢個咁嘅 library 啦。咁大家咧認得佢咧就記住翻去，因為佢會咧認得人樣啦、認得 movement 啦、認得你啲骨架啦。咁所以頭先嗰啲 game 係點寫嘅？就係因為我認得啲骨架，或者認得骨架嗰啲位，跟住你咪可以 position 到嗰啲 ready 條位去計到出嚟之後，咁你咪可以將呢啲 map 翻落你個 game 嗰度咯。所以頭先嗰個 Panda game 咧好簡單咧。係用 Scratch 寫嘅，真係用 Scratch 寫嘅。你寫用咩寫都得㗎啦。你叫個小朋友寫都得，所以你之後咧翻去你 set up 咗呢壇咁嘅嘢咧，其實得一個 script 嘅啫。頭先講啦，例如呢樣嘢，我嗰邊嗱，不過有少少 note 嘅，就係嗰陣時咧個 Mediapipe 咧個 version 咧唔係最新嘅 mini conda version。我嗰陣時試係3.1點，如果3.12係唔 work 嘅。不過而家可能唔同咗，不過呢個大家要試試啦。就呢個啦 ，pim install Mediapipe。install 完之後咧，就跟翻個 Mediapipe 嗰個 instruction 去做咧，就應該差唔多㗎啦。係啦，咁其實我今日差唔多啦 ，up 時。咁但係大家就話，喂，如果下次真係想到呢咁嘅 game 咧，真係你教個小朋友寫都得㗎啦。Make sure 你，因為頭先講翻個道理啦，好簡單，係 parallel 嘅啫。你同一時間 run 住個 Mediapipe 嗰個 keyboard input 就係同時即係 keyboard input and mouse input 咁樣出嚟，跟住咧就會代替呢個 keyboard and mouse input 咁。就可以 run 你個 game 啦，咁你個 Mediapipe 就擺喺 background 度，搞掂。Thank you。
Okay, next up we're gonna have Danny Chan and Kenny Chan talking about business sustainability through a data-driven strategy.
Yeah, you can. Top. Okay.
That's me. Slideshow?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, you're good to go.
Hi, this is a very short, non-technical, but very Python talk. The question is, how many iPhones does it take to ship a new Python version? I actually did this talk last year in Tokyo at PyCon HK, so if it's your second time listening to it, I'm sorry, but also congratulations. A bit about me, I'm Sau Yee, I live in Japan, I work at a company called HK, so every year I try to challenge myself to something. Last year I spoke at PyCon HK, and this year is my first time speaking kind of overseas in Hong Kong, so very excited. So one more question, what is the difference between an iPhone mini and an iPhone Max? Maybe the number of cameras or the chip is different or whatever, but to me, I think it's the size of your ego. I use a mini, by the way. Sorry if you're offended. But how about Python? When I first started using Python, I was using 2.7, but I didn't know what the difference is between like 3.4, 3.5, just like a bunch of numbers to me. Didn't really make sense, right? And so I'm gonna briefly explain what they mean. For example, 3.13, that's the latest Python version. So 3 is the major version, 13 is a minor version, and 0 is a micro version. And what they mean, to put it in very crude analogies, major is like moving from the iPod Touch to iPhone, so totally different beasts. But for minor, it's like a new iPhone model, and for micro, it's like a new iPhone color. So think of it that way. There are a lot of similarities between iPhone development and Python. They're both led by two white men. On the left, Steve Jobs, obviously you know him. On the right is Guido. He was known as a benevolent dictator for life until he actually stepped down in 2018. So there's also another similarity about the cadence. So every year, October, September, there's a new iPhone coming out. There was an iPhone 16 announced a few months ago. Python is actually the same. Every year you get a new minor version, right? 3.13 came out last month. Yay. And pro tip, if you add 3 to your Python minor version, you roughly know how old the version you're using. So you're still using Python 3.7, it's like you're using iPhone 10, right? pretty lame. Difference is very different, as we all know. Apple is a very secretive company, a lot of rumors before the releases, and people are guessing, oh, is there going to be a new iPhone mini or no? But Python, everything is very transparent. Everything is written out, spelled out in GitHub or on the website. All the ideas are based on something called PAPS. You may have heard of it. It's a Python enhancement proposal. So everything is open, and there's a very transparent process as to whether an idea is accepted, rejected, or reviewed again. And then in terms of size, I Googled this, but Apple currently has about 164,000 employees, so we can say that roughly maybe 100,000 people are involved in making an iPhone, maybe, plus minus, in that magnitude. But for Python, it's actually just about 100 people, if you count the core developers who actually sponsor the PAPS, and the steering council, which is just a select 5 people from out of that group of 85. And then there are also obviously library maintainers who help test the code, and etc. So about, say, roughly 100 people. And then you can compare it also in terms of life cycle. Apple Care, maximum 3 years, or 1 year if you opt in. Python is the standard end of life is 5 years, as you know. And major libraries usually drop support 6 months after the version is deprecated. But we also know that there's 2.7, which actually lasted for 10 years. It's a nightmare. I'm glad it's over. So conclusion, how many iPhones does it take? If you compare the time, one new Python version is one new iPhone, roughly. By number of people is about 1 of 1,000. By lifespan is about 2 new iPhones. So I hope you learned something new today. Thank you. Pancake hiring.
Okay, let me just make sure the next speaker. Are you the? Okay. All right. Next up, we'll have Dr. Adrian Tam, and his topic is 匯豐咩價位.
Okay, no signal. Hello.
extend
得冇問題，冇問題嘅。
OK，
嗱，OK， seems like I have to speak English. Fine. Let me do it bilingual. 匯豐咩價位 How much is HSBC right now today? Can anyone answer me? Today Saturday. Are you Hong Konger? I think it's kind of like, you know, you know how much is HSBC more than your phone number. Lah, okay. If I ask you this question, so what a normal Hong Konger, which website you will go to? Yes. Okay, let's do that. All right. Today I want to let me see. It's here. Okay. I want to show you one thing. It's a playwright. Okay, so I know a lot of people will say that, hey, web scraping, what you want to do? Yes, Selenium, everyone want to go that, but I want to tell you that playwright is much better than that. Why it is so? Firstly, if you go to a documentation, you know that Selenium, the primary language is Java. I don't like it. Playwright is Python. Good. Okay, so playwright. Pip install, you get it, and then you get this help command. And then you notice that there is a cookgen, and then if you do playwright cookgen, yes, at the bottom, you will have, wait a minute, let me move my screen here. You will get a browser, and at the same time, you get a piece of code. And then let's go to AA stock. Cap lock. Okay. What number is it? Yeah. And then this is the price. And what you have right here is that you have your record, what you did before. So go to there, type something, 05, press enter, you get this one. And then I want to do this thing as well. So why I want to do that? Actually, I don't need to. But more importantly is put your cursor over here, right click, inspect, and then look at the source code. And then you will notice that, oh, actually I should point it back to where is my price because that is important. Yeah, this is the price. So I hope it is clear enough for you to read it. What is important is that you have a span, you have a position, and then under this you have the price. That is what I'm interested in. But above that, you notice this is a table, TD something, and then with a class last box. The last box is important because it looks like it is mean last price. Okay, I will take that. 因為時間關係，我已經將頭先嗰啲曲準備咗啦。This is the code. I just copy and paste here and modify a little bit. So why I need to look at this, do inspect and look at the thing because I want to write down this XPath so that I can extract the thing. In next year, I believe someone will create a AI thing to figure out what is the correct XPath by looking at the HTML code. But for now, just type it. And then you see, that's it. It is just describing what you want to do. Open a browser, find something, type it, and then all this thing, you don't need to type it. You just copy and paste because the code gen will give it to you. And then the most important thing is, you do this 4 or 5 line here, and then extract it, and then find the text content. This XPath actually can potentially select multiple things. Why I need to write that long? Because I don't want it to be multiple. I want to have only one box, most important box, the last box, and then within it, that is a position, and then that is a arrow up down, and the one next to arrow up down is the price. So 10 seconds. Run it. You will see it is repeating what you're supposed to do by hand. And then you get a price. I purposely pause it by using a break, but the reason is because I want to show, it closed by itself. It doesn't matter. Whatever it is, you get 69.7. That is the price for HSBC.
Okay. So we come to like the closing remarks. Hope you guys enjoy the lightning talk. Like we haven't run that for a few times, but should be quite exciting, right? So next time it will be you to come up to talk and take that 5-minute chance. So I want to do a brief closing remarks. First of all, please try to follow our social media. Like we will have the news and our photos, and then later we will publish the YouTube recording, and so you can look. Check the section that you have missed. Okay. Okay. Sorry. Show it again. Okay. And so, okay, we need to say thank you to sponsor. First of all, Diamond sponsor AWS. Thank you for their support. And then Pentium sponsor Python Software Foundation. Thank you. And then we have Gold sponsor Red Hat. And Silver sponsor MySQL. And Prize sponsor JetBrains and PCCW HKT. And also very thank you to our venue partner, CTU, College of Computing. Right? And then all the supporting organization of today. And of course, our volunteers team. So really give them a big round of applause. Like a lot of hard work, not just today, but before the event. So we hope you really enjoy it. And also, please join us, like if you find it fun, like, right? Now, so attendance. So what do you think is the number of attendants this year? Any guess? Any guess? 600? Oh, not that high. Okay. Any more guess? Oh, less than 400 selected. Okay. So it's 355. I think it's kind of the record high. Yeah. Yep. So thank you for all your attendance. I think last year was 260, so this year is 356. So it's pretty high in increase. Then, okay, lucky draw. I will invite. Oh, yeah, good suggestion. We first take a photo before we do a lucky draw. Okay.
唔係 random， 你想點啊？打你個名落去啊？Okay, lucky draw. First, to be fair, let's make sure your name is there. Okay, so yeah, let me slowly scroll down. Unfortunately, we have like a 300 people joining, but only like a 50 fill in the feedback. For those who did not, please come back next year. Okay, once again, these are the lists of all the names I have. Any last minute submission of the feedback, I can rerun this cell.冇咩？有啊嘛？即係你冇submit啦，係咪啊？嗱，俾5秒你，我溫多次。5、4、3、2、1，嗱，我溫多次。Okay, these are the list of all the names. Okay, now these are all the names. 好啦 ，Lucky draw number 1. HKT MOE 音樂服務8個 winner. So the 8 winner will be selected by random.sample.咩事話？咁你有咩見？係啊，你咁你有咩好見？係啊，咁你覺得呢啲咩嚟㗎？Okay, we are PyCon, pure Python, okay? Import random and then random.sample. All right, 3, 2, 1. These are the winners. Okay, actually, we have your email, so we'll email you the how you get the this luck gift. Yes. Subscription to the music service. Yeah. Yeah, the Move music service. Right. So this is the Hong Kong equivalent to Spotify. All right. We have 2 more winners for PyCharm 1-year personal subscription. First, let me remove the previous winners. Second, let's do the random.sample. 3, 2, 1. These are the winners. Okay, I will save this notebook and then go back to the survey form to find your email, and then you will receive your gift in the email.
So bear with me for just 2 minutes. So important. 聽日啦，聽日係 development sprints. So tomorrow is our development sprint. So we will run the development sprint not in CTU. I repeat. So it's not in CTU. We're going to do it in Causeway Bay. So it will be in the AWS office. They have a new office in Causeway Bay. So please come join us. We will do some coding together. And these are so far the project we receive. Like we have sprint lead to guide you, to help you to start coding, to start contributing to some of the open source project. And we also accept like ad hoc on event submission of any projects that you want. So we'll learn something and have fun and enjoy together the fun of programming in Python. And because of limited space, so make sure you reserve a seat, limited seat, okay? So at dinner arrangement, if you're going to join us, please stay in the networking area. We'll go together after we wrap up the things. So student half price, please come join us. Yeah, show me your student ID then. Yeah, 150 ID. Oh yeah, half price. Okay, then okay, 差唔多啦，我哋最後咧就係下次見啦。See you in the next event. Thank you for coming.